are watching The Lookout, a production of the Division of World Languages and Cultural Studies here at Minot State University. I'm your host, Samuel Stinson. So this is a very special episode, also called a clip show. Let's take a look.
What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthem sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, shepherd king, to own him. The King of kings salvation brings. Let loving arms enthrone him. Raise, raise the throng on high. The Virgin sings a lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary.
Excellent.
Thank you. That is the low version of that song. You probably won't hear it sung much lower than that.
2004, even though it was a Metropolitan Opera debut, it wasn't my first time on stage. But oddly enough, some very odd things wound up happening. And the tempo of operations at a place like the Metropolitan Opera or the Paris Opera, where I've performed a lot, the tempo of operations is very fast. It's very chaotic, hectic, extremely organized while seemingly being disorganized at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I'll never forget, I was backstage and I was splitting some of the performances with another colleague, which is not uncommon at the Met to have, a couple of different casts. And so I had seen the production, I knew exactly what I was doing, I had been rehearsed, etc., so forth. However, I'm back in the dressing room. This is something I was not prepared for. I was in the dressing room and somehow my costumer and my dresser and makeup person in particular got a little bit behind. And I say the operation is very fast over there. And I sat oblivious to what was going on. I just sat there and let them do their thing. Mm-hmm. With never knowing, I was walking to the stage to make my entrance and they were still putting costume pieces on me as I walked. Oh, wow. Which is something that never, ever happened to me before. And I thought, well, that's just how they do it here at the Met. And I was standing in the wings, and they were still putting the nips and tucks on my costume, and then boom, I had to hit the stage. I didn't find out until sometime later that the dresser and the my makeup person got in some big trouble with the stage management because stage manager said, you should have had this guy ready to go way before this. He's got to make a debut and he's got to hit the stage. You've got to get these people ready and let that be a warning to you. I had no idea. No idea.
Coach required track and field athletes to attend events sponsored by Religious Club.
Okay.
So that seemed controversial. Did you get any pushback from anyone on writing that or publishing that?
I had heard that some people weren't happy about it, but I never had anyone come and actually talk to me about that story, which was kind of interesting. So I don't know if there was an issue with it, because the only things I heard were kind of like through the grapevine where people said, some people in athletics weren't happy about it, but I never really had anyone email us or come in and talk to us. So I'm not sure exactly what the reaction was.
And it seems like the paper would have made space for a response of some sort, right? I mean,
Yes, of course. So if someone had sent us an opinion rebuttal, we would have printed it for sure. For example, I had an opinion piece about the KMSU auction class, and I received a response from like a community member, opposing my opinion on it, and then I printed that. So we would definitely put something in, probably even more so if it was a negative piece, just to make sure that we're giving the other side a voice with it.
This is a work by a composer, Friedrich Kuhlau, who is an early Romantic composer, and this is a fantasia he wrote originally for flute.
Local presentation of the Lookout Podcast is brought to you by KMSU Television, a production of the Division of World Languages and Cultural Studies here at Minot State University. Your host has been Samuel Stinson, production by Samuel Stinson and Lee Johnson. Remember, it's Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be inspired.